All right. Hello and welcome. I'm Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. And thanks for being with me. I'm working from home here today. Today, I want to answer the question, what are the 9 things that are required to make a notice to appear lawfully valid? All right. What are the 9 things that an NTA needs to have in order for the government to actually put you into deportation proceedings? And I hope that your immigration attorney knows all of these. All right. And these are set out in the regulations. I'm going to share my screen so you can see them. This will be a quick training, and we'll get it done here. So there we go. Sharing the screen, pulling up PowerPoint. Awesome. All right. So we're talking about notices to appear. You can still see my little talking head here in the top right. Yay. I'll make it a little bit bigger if I can. Well, anyway. All right. So here we are. Notice to appear. This is what the notice to appear looks like. All right. So if you're not familiar, the notice to appear is the charging document that would send an immigrant into removal proceedings in immigration court. All right. And it says the words notice to appear in the top right corner. It'll have your file number or your A number, alien registration number right there. It'll have your name. It'll say whether or not you're an arriving alien, quote unquote, or whether or not you've already been inspected and admitted. It'll have allegations here and charges down below and some information about your hearing down at the bottom. All right. So an example of an allegation, all right, or the allegations that it might show on there. For example, it might say, 1, you're not a citizen of the United States. 2, you're a citizen of X, Y, and Z country. You're a citizen of Japan. You're a citizen of Spain, whatever. 3, you entered the U.S. on such and such a date, and this is just an example here, with a tourist visa, a B1, B2 visitor visa. All right. And 4, you violated the terms of that visa when you took on employment in the United States, because employment is not authorized by a tourist visa. So this is just an example of some allegations. And so based on those allegations, then this would be the charge, right? So then the government would charge, and it would be right there on your NTA. We charge that you are deportable under INA section 237A1C for failure to maintain or for violating your visa. Okay? And so that's just kind of the intro. And now let's get right to it. What all does that NTA have to include in order for it to be legally binding against you? Which means that if any of these things are not on there, then your lawyer will have an argument in court that, like, hey, judge, we should terminate these proceedings because that NTA was not legally binding. All right? These are the 9. Number 1, it's got to have the nature of the proceedings. Number 2, it's got to have the legal authority for the proceedings. All right. Typically, those are in a statement right on there that says, hey, these proceedings are brought under Section 240 of the Immigration Nationality Act, starting, quote unquote, removal proceedings. All right. Number 3, it's got to show the factual allegations showing an actual violation against the law. Sometimes the Department of Homeland Security lists a bunch of things on there, but there's no allegation on there that actually shows you violated immigration law. If that's true, all right, if that's the way your notice to appear looks, you should file a motion to terminate, and you should say, hey, look, Your Honor, I'm not deportable based on these allegations. All right. Number 4, it's got to have the legal charges that we just looked at, and that is the sections of the law. And it'll either be a section under 212A of the Immigration Nationality Act, which says that you're, quote unquote, inadmissible, or it'll be something under section 237A, which shows you're, quote unquote, deportable. All right. It's got to be under one of those 2 sections. 5, it's got to notify you that you have the right to be represented by counsel. 6, it's got to state that you have the you are required to provide your address and phone number to immigration. All right. It's got 7, it's got to show that failure to update that information, your contact information, can be held against you, all right? It's got to show the time and place of the proceedings. And I highlight this one because the matter of Pereira, which was decided by the U.S. Supreme Court, actually said that if it doesn't have this, then really what they said that it's a faulty NTA, all right? And later that was held to be limited to just cancellation of removal, stop time rule considerations. But that's what they said, you know, it's the NTA needs to say the actual place and time of the proceedings and not just at a date to be determined in the future at a time or location to be determined in the future, all right? And number 9, it's got to say that you, the respondent, can be ordered removed in your absence if you fail to appear to your hearing. Those are the 9 requirements for an NTA to be legally valid. If those things are there, then you are now in immigration court proceedings, and you're going to need a lawyer, and you're going to need to fight, and you're going to need to challenge and look for the strategy to fight your case. If those 9 things, if there's a flaw with any of them, then you should talk it over with your lawyer and think about, okay, might you be eligible to win your case without even, you know, doing much else? Maybe you can argue that your notice to appear was faulty and that therefore you shouldn't even, you know, be in removal proceedings, because it's the government's burden to show that you are removable and to show that they have started proceedings off correctly. All right. And so I hope that this was helpful. I'll stop my screen share. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for being with me today. If you have questions about that, please feel free to contact my office. We are working even in the middle of the pandemic. You can see me here working here in my little study here today. And but we're still answering calls. My team is still operational. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact my office. All right. Thank you so much for being with me. I'm Otis Landerholm, Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. Best of luck and take care. Bye-bye.